Miss Cubist, welcome in. Happy Monday. Gonna get the ad break out of the way and we'll get things started. It's gonna be starting here in about 30 seconds. And then we'll get the stream started.
It's time to take a short break. Stand up, stretch and hydrate. Folks, welcome in. Happy Monday. We've got an ad break starting at some point here, just waiting on Twitch to get their act together on a Monday, you know? Once that ad break is over, we'll get the stream started. Welcome in, folks. Welcome in. We got a ad break running, about 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining. And then we'll get this show on the road. "55 seconds on the ad."
Welcome back. Let's get to it.
All right, welcome in. Happy Monday. How we doing? I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Thank you for joining me today, kicking things off for the week. We're getting right back to it, folks. All right, back to it. I did a little bit of work over the weekend. I'll catch you guys up to speed. Nothing crazy. All right. A little bit of a lot of the same thing we were doing already. But yes, we are going to pick up and continue. I've got a game plan today, and we'll see what we can get done. We are making good progress. I'm really happy with how he's coming along here. So, yeah, thank you guys for kicking things off with me. Welcome in, Miss Cubis, the first one in today. Thank you for that, and welcome. Great weekend here. Just pretty chill. Had to handle some stupid stuff over the weekend, but, you know, whack-a-mole and all. You got to handle those things as they arise. Yeah, just some of that. But other than that, went to see Deadpool. It was phenomenal. No spoilers here. Don't worry about it. Not going to do that. I don't like spoilers. But I will say, definitely make sure if you have any intention of seeing the movie, try to get to it as soon as possible. Number one, it's a great movie to watch in theaters. And number two, there's a lot in that movie that is so much fun. And I'm so glad it wasn't spoiled for me. And I can only hope the same for anyone else that has a love for the movies, the comics, the characters, and all of that. So make sure you try to prevent it from being spoiled for you, you know? Avoid those corners of the internet where those things happen frequently, if you can. Yeah, don't spoil it for yourself. Go enjoy the movie and have fun, because it's certainly a lot of fun. Most fun I've had at a movie in quite some time. So anyway, that was my weekend in a nutshell, mostly. I did try to find, we had to run a few errands after the movie. Went to Walmart. I had intentions of getting some pastels to shave down for a little bit of weathering on the base. I still have to get myself some pastels because they didn't have any except for like kids' sidewalk chalk that was shaped like unnecessary little things, which would be a hassle to try to shave down. So I didn't even bother. I'll try to get out tomorrow or before stream, or we'll play it by ear this week. But I still need to get that so we can work on the base a little bit more. So today, first and foremost, over the weekend, I was doing some work on the ears. You know, that's where we left off. I was going over that with some washes, and I continued that just to get it toned down. It looks a bit brighter on camera than it actually is just because of the lighting. But I wanted to get it more on par with this tone right there, you see? And overall, I think I did a pretty damn good job. I'm debating if I go in with a little bit of dry brushing on a lighter color. Lighting itself is going to take care of some of the toning you see in that image. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I do know that we've got some cleanup to do today after all of those washes. But before we get to that, let's see. Oh man, we got to do the base on this, on the inner ear hair. We need to cover the black areas like the nose and the nails. Also, this little trim around the mouth. And then we'll do touch-ups. And maybe today we'll start going over with the lighter colors to kind of start toning things down and brightening things up. Maybe. I'm not sure if we'll get to that, but we shall see. First things first, I need a bit of alcohol. Mine's all evaporated. Also, for music today, first and foremost, if you're watching from on the VOD, feel free to put whatever music you so choose on. Kick back, relax, and enjoy. As for us, well, I kicked off the stream with some Volbeat. I kind of feel like we should continue this. Maybe. How we feel about that, chat? Any objections, any suggestions, any requests for other playlists? Or we got 80s, we got 90s, we got 2000s, 2000. Let's see, what is it? 2000s to modern rock, our classic summer rock. You know, you let me know. Otherwise, I might just keep it here. Might just keep it here for right now. Might switch it over a little bit later, but we'll see. I'm kind of digging this. So, for the ears. For the ears, that would get a base of our lightest color, and then we'll be going over that in white. I'm not gonna dilute this very much. I'm gonna put like one dropper or two, depending, of the fluid medium, and then we'll probably leave it at that just so we can make sure we're getting some coverage in there. And also, I'm gonna have to use a fine brush, and I really don't want to have to go over that 50 times, you know? The question is, I guess, before we do that, am I gonna do any of the dry brushing on the ear? And I'm kind of feeling like no. Let's get a base coat on this. Let's do that. This tray. Why is it so wobbly? What is this? This is garbage. Look at this. You guys can't even see it on the except for the upper right. But yeah, there's such a wobble in this paint tray, man. Is this good? Is this fine? This is fine. Make sure this isn't varnish because they look the same. Almost did that the other day. It's getting to the point where I'm not able to really get much out like this. Not quite enough. That'll do. Get this mixed up, and then we'll get our brushes in order and start getting our base coat on here. Might add a little bit more paint. We'll see. Yeah, I think we're good. It's just one single color. It's not like we're mixing, so if we have to add a bit, then no big deal. Try to waste as little paint as possible. Okay, let the fun times begin. Sure, my chair. Okay. I think we're gonna have to just. Yeah, it's easier for me to paint like this as far as this goes, so let's do that. And again, these are just base coats, so if it's messy, it's messy. I'm not trying to be messy, but I'm also not being overly cautious. Just trying to get paint on it. We'll do touch-ups later. Right now, we just need to make sure we got coverage. Now, I am going to try to not make a mess over the ears, of course. They have, I did put a coat of varnish on there, so hopefully we don't have to, but if we need to, I can try to wipe away any messes. And once we get these larger areas covered, I'll switch brushes here to the smaller brush and start going over all of that. I do need the shaky hand stuff to go away today. That'd be good. We don't need that. Boop. Oh, Jesus, that scared me. Why did that scare me? Oh, Red Ticket, how's it going? Scariest boop in the world, man, right there. What kind of paints are you using? They're just acrylics. Heard to me I've been watching for a while and haven't said hi. Well, hello. Happy Monday. Yeah, you startled me there. Yeah, it's just acrylic paint. The brand that I'm using, this particular paint, I've got a couple different brands. Nothing fancy. Some folk art paints. They've treated me well. And then this is a box set that my partner got me. Minchie, she got this for me for my birthday last year or the year before. I don't know. It's Fanta Story is the brand. Pretty good paints. I've been happy with them. I do have them mixed with a fluid medium, you know, so few extra coats more than normal, really, unless if you're using straight up paint. That way we retain some of the detail and all of that. If I had to guess, we'll probably hit this inner ear hair with probably 2 coats of this before we hit it with the white. I was surprised how much paints cost. Yeah, they can get expensive, especially some of those brands, you know. I've never used some of the expensive paints, so I can't like compare. But I will say I'm not in any rush to go out and get them because the paints that I have been serving me perfectly well, you know. And I think it also kind of just depends. Like I always hear people in the EU and UK talk about how paints are expensive. Maybe they're more I don't know. Because I pay for like folk art, right? If I'm buying individual bottles, it's like $1 something a bottle. But how many bottles do I actually need to buy, you know? And then they last quite some time, with the exception of blacks and whites. Those, you know, I use them a lot for mixing, so understandable there. Miniatures paints. Yeah, I know some of those brands can be real pricey. But I don't have any experience with them to say like even if they're worth it, or you know what I mean. I do know, I'll say this, if I was painting stuff that small, I think it would definitely be beneficial to make sure you're using a real nice paint. Coverage is going to be a big thing, I would imagine, so you don't have to keep going over it with multiple coats. And something that small, you're going to lose texture detail real quick. But I've never done any miniature painting myself. It looks fun. I just never had any reason to. I've never got into tabletop gaming, mostly for lack of opportunity to do so, but it seems like it'd be fun. I think that's dry enough. I can hit it. Okay, I was worried I was painting out of frame of the camera, but it's kind of off to the edge. It's fine. I like the idea of mini painting, but for me, it wouldn't feel like it was something I made, which is why I like sculpting. I know what you mean. Yeah. That's the same. I have the same feelings when it comes to 3D printing. We had a whole conversation on it the other day. I don't devalue 3D printing. I think 3D printing is awesome. I just I don't get the same satisfaction of watching the process, you know, of 3D sculpting. And I don't think I would find the same satisfaction myself. But I very much recognize that it clearly takes its own skill set. It's just not for me. Now, I may very well look into, I have kind of an idea of getting a 3D printer down the road, but mostly to be able to 3D scan some of my work and print it, you know. Additionally, it wouldn't hurt to have a 3D printer for any like tools and stuff like that I might want to print off. As well as like little bits and bobs for like dioramas or anything like that I might do. But yeah, I totally get it. I don't know, man. There's something about sculpting. Just like working with your hands and watching it come to life. I really enjoy. And the problem solving, you know, even though it can be frustrating sometimes when you run into a challenge or a complication in a project or a sculpt. That's fun to work through most of the time. Might need my other light. I got too much shadowing. I want to be able to make sure I'm getting the coverage, you know? Man, I was watching another, I'm not going to mention names, but I was watching another sculpting streamer over the weekend. Finally caught one of his streams, and I love the appearance of his stream. Looks real nice, but I do not understand how the hell he sees for painting. My lighting is bright, and it's still like, I can't see because shadows. Ooh, that could have been bad. You're the first person I've heard also mention the problem solving and sculpting. It's my favorite part. Yeah, I have a weird brain. Like, that's the same stuff that I love stresses me out to some extent. I'm gonna do this. Look at that. Problem solving. Look at that. Just kind of depends on the nature of the problem, I suppose, but I don't know. I love the technical aspect of it. Some of my favorite sculpts that I've done have been the more technical sculpts. Like, how do I do this kind of stuff, you know? For instance, my Korok, working out how to do the rocket, making the rocket itself, and sorting out how to put all of that together. It was a challenge, but I enjoyed it. McLeod's Creations. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. You know what? I was like, why does that name sound familiar? And now I remember. I was on a raid train the other day. We came into your channel. Doing some great work over there, man. If I'm not mistaken, you were doing some sculpting as well. Maybe I'm wrong. It's been a couple days and a long weekend. Also, anybody that streams or does any kind of video production of any kind, or I mean, hell, even for this circumstance right here, this little light, it's got a shoe on it and everything to attach to a camera, a whole 9 yards. Found it on Amazon. This thing has been super handy for everything, from filming showcases to this. Highly recommend one. Like, best 20-30 bucks I've spent on any kind of equipment like that. Internal rechargeable battery, oh no. Color selection, the whole 9 yards on that. Color temperature control. There we go, fixed. And that is why I put a coat of varnish on first. How many lumens? I don't know what it maxes at. I'd have to see. Give me a minute. Let me hit these last few hairs and we'll check. Oh. It's also durable. I've dropped it many, many times. I know it goes to at least 5,000, 5,400, somewhere in that ballpark, because that's what my lighting is set at, 5,000. Man, that one hair. Ugh. Sculpting me is never nice to painting me. Never. Sculpting me is kind of an asshole to painting me, if I'm being honest. And again, we'll hit this with another. What we'll probably do is hit it with this, our base coat, right? Then I'll repeat this process with the base. Spoon! Not with a spoon, no. Gren, what's up? I'll probably repeat this process with the base plus a little white. And then hit it up with a straight white. Okay, my hand needs a break. Let's put him down. Let's... Yeah, and then we'll do the other side. All right, let's test this. We're at 5,400, 55, 57, 59, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 8,500K on the color temperature. And it's at 100% brightness, but yeah, you can switch. You can go through the entire color spectrum, but yeah, that's my red that I've used for my showcases. I put this down behind my little rotary thing. But yeah, this thing's been pretty great. Yeah, Grant, hope you had a good weekend, man. Welcome in. I thought I had it. Looking so good, dude. I appreciate it, man. Thanks. Yeah, I did a little bit of work on him over the weekend, just repeating what we were already doing with the ears and just kind of getting some layering in there. You can't really see it on camera. It doesn't really show with the lighting. In fact, it looks a little bit darker than it actually is. That one's a little bit better, yeah. But just kind of toning that down and getting it more on par with the tone in my reference. And then you will see there's like some marbling in there, you know. I love doing that effect with the ears, just going in with different colors with a wash and then dabbing it out. If you've got that texture in there, especially, it really builds up that, I don't know, that uneven skin tone, you know. Did a pretty good job getting that covered. We'll do the other side next. Oh, armature poked me in the arm. And if there's any strong objectives or objections to the music today, don't be afraid to speak up. I actually put one song on and then I was vibing with it, so we kept it on. Been a while since I'd heard this band. Gonna head off way past my bedtime. Oh, is it late there for you, Red Ticket? Have an awesome stream. Thank you so much. It was nice to see you, and I hope you have good sleep. You're a young man. I doubt you know of the band Grateful. Oh, I'm not that young, Grin. I'm not that young. And yeah, I know of them. Yep. Know some of their songs. Couldn't name them, but yeah, I'll be 41 this year. Again, just a base here, so anything that all that mess out there will get cleaned up. In fact, it's probably better if I do that because there's a little bit of a gap right there. Let's fill that in. I just want to try to not get it on the inner ear because I would prefer to not have to do that process again. I'm in New Zealand. It's 4:10 a.m. Oh my. Well, happy Tuesday. Yeah, it is late for you. I'm a night owl, but ever since Minchie moved in, my schedule has adjusted to some extent. I haven't stayed up that late in a long time. Took a doobie to the face the other and vibed out to healthy guitar work on there. Yeah, dude. You sound full of vigor and energy for a 41-year-old man. Well, then I must be doing a good job of concealing the truth of the matter. I'm young at heart. All right. Some days I feel like I'm like 60 physically, but oh, my headset's gonna die. I gotta change my battery. Great. It's beeping at me. Well, let's get a little bit more coverage in here. Before we switch brushes, I'll change my battery. Also, how's music? Is it too loud? Let me know. A little heavier music than what we normally listen to, so it's possible. Gotta be careful, man. Those little hairs want to grab onto my gloves. My 20s, I would stay up till 4 or 5, then get 2 to 3 hours of sleep in, and head to work, rinse and repeat. Dude, I miss being able to do that. I hate having, like, sleep is nice when I want to sleep. You know what I mean? Of course it is. I feel the same way about eating. Like, yeah, good food is there's nothing better than some good food when you want to eat. But like, I find having to sleep and eat incredibly annoying. Music level's perfectly fine. Good to hear. Good to hear. All right, let me change my battery on my headset real quick and then we'll continue. All right. May as well get a drink and a nicotine break real quick, huh? Cool. All right. Time to fight my shaky hands and do some fine lines. Gonna take a couple passes on that. Yeah, here after a bit, we might change up the music just so we're not listening to a single band for the whole stream. Ren, did you go see Deadpool? Was it you? Somebody said they were going to see it. If so, we'll keep spoilers out, but for anybody that hasn't seen it. Man, it was so good. Like, is it a perfect movie? No, but was it a fun movie? Yes, absolutely. I got backed up with work, going tomorrow instead. Nice, man. I hope you've been able to avoid the spoilers. I am so glad that the surprises in the movie weren't spoiled for me. Man, we were not prepared. That's all I'll say. I had so many instances where my jaw like just dropped, and there was one instance where I legitimately had to hold back from clapping. Did not want to go to a later showing because seating was packed. Yeah, man, we went at a 10:30 and the 10:30 a.m. showing, and it was still like there was quite a few seats taken. Even well in advance when we bought the tickets, there were already. We were gonna go Friday, but just she had stuff going on, and it just would have been a little bit late, so we decided to push it off until Saturday. We can talk about Comic-Con though. Comic-Con was this weekend. Guess who's back? Not Slim Shady, although he's back too. But what we talking about? Oh, I was just asking if he'd seen if he went to see Deadpool over the weekend. We're gonna keep spoilers. There won't be any spoiler chat here. But also, Dex, hello, welcome in. All I say about Deadpool is I freaking love it. Best one yet in my eyes, dude. Yeah. I think that the first one's story was a bit tighter, you know, but I'm not going to fault them on story on this. Like, this was a movie about having fun, and it was a fucking blast. Like, there's a character in this one that I feel like could have been cut out entirely and save some runtime for other things, but you know what? I'm not even gonna complain. It's getting goopy. Let me rinse this brush. Tired of the multiverse cop out? Well, I will say that the way that they handled some things in this are great, and they address that to some extent, yes. I think the big thing with the multiverse is as soon as Marvel did it, everybody wanted to fucking do it, and then it got real old real quick. You know what I mean? But onto the multiverse stuff. Did you guys see anything that came out of Comic-Con? Did we see any of the news? I did. Oh, what a cop out with RDJ being Doom. I'm fine with it, man. I know everybody wanted what's his face from Oppenheimer, but as far as I know, he turned it down. Cillian Murphy or whatever. Also, like, how does it really, like, Doom's got a mask on most of the time, you know what I mean? I don't think it's a cop out by any means. I'm intrigued. Also, I can't wait for Fantastic Four. They showed some footage at Comic-Con. It wasn't released publicly, but you can find it. Man, this spot right here is a pain in the ass. But yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is back as Doom. The cast for Fantastic Four was on stage. The new Cap movie I'm excited about. Can't wait to see that. Thunderbolts I have hopes for, I'll say. I feel like Thunderbolts is the big question mark as far as the current lineup of upcoming movies, right? I think it's pretty safe, an easy bet that Cap's going to be good. It looks a lot like Winter Soldier vibes. I really just don't see Kevin Feige allowing Fantastic Four to be anything less than great. It seems like that's been one of his darlings, that project.
It's time to take a short break. Stand up, stretch and hydrate.
I also don't think RDJ is going to be Doom for like an extended amount of time, considering Secret Wars is coming and we're going to have like essentially a soft reboot on the universe. That's going to be pretty big implications when it happens, I feel. Also, do we know if this Doom is from the current Fantastic Four universe? We don't. Is he from 616 or is he from wherever the Fantastic Four are? That's what I want to know. All right, we got an ad break coming up in about 1 minute. I'm going to set this aside for the moment, give my hand a little bit of a break. And each hour we do have a 3-minute ad break as opposed to every 30 minutes. Let go. There we go. So less interruptions that way, right? But guys, thank you so much for being here. Like I said, we got a 3-minute ad coming up. It's a great time to stand up, stretch, grab a drink, grab a snack, any of that good stuff. Got a link in the chat for our main YouTube channel and the Discord. And yeah, I'll see you guys back here in a few minutes. I'm going to stand up and get a stretch in myself. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you in just a few. Of course it says ad starting soon. Twitch really needs to get this together. This is really annoying. You tell me the ad break's coming up in this many seconds and then it just says starting soon. Very cool.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hi, Rose. Hope you had a good weekend. Welcome in. There be sunshine. We're getting rain here finally. Can do things outside. There you go. Like touching that so-called, what do they call it? Grass? Is that? 'Also, as we come back for break, are we happy with music or should we change it up? Like I said, I put one Volbeat song on and then I was vibing with it and just kind of kept it. So EVA foam and contact glue. Oh yeah, that's it. "57 seconds on the ad break, folks. Oh yes, I have something to talk about also. Nala's been rolling around in it. Nice. Puppers gets a chance to have some fun outside, huh?
Welcome back. Let's get to it.
Let's do that. Welcome back, guys. Thank you for understanding. We'll get back to that in a minute. I picked up a jar over the weekend. I'm going to play around with some concepts here soon. Basically, I'm not super keen on this lid. But like options for lids are kind of limited in that regard. But I'm thinking on some ideas and then we'll start playing around with some concepts. I think it'd be fun to do, I don't know, like a handful of like little stash jar type things that would be purchasable. Like with faces on it or something, kind of like my candles. I'm also working through some ideas to shrink my candles down to make those purchasable as well. But that'll be something for the future. Not something I'm rushing into. Just some ideas I'm playing around with, you know? But yeah, I found this and I was like, well, I'm going to grab that and we'll play around with some concepts and go from there. So that's the plan. We'll make some little monster stash jars or something. We'll see. What else? What else? Oh yeah, you guys saw if you were here Thursday, we got a little package, surprise package at the end of the stream. My crow head that I ordered from Andy Mecca. He sent some stickers, right? And I'm thinking on my little carousel here, I think I might put them here, like on the side, and then any other creator stickers I get, we'll just kind of cover this with stickers. That'd be fun. A face hugger egg jar. Ooh. The lid would be a little bit tricky. And that was one of my questions. I'm doing a little bit of research and I'll probably just have to test it, but how is my headset battery beeping? Did I put the... Oh, I am so fucked. My battery didn't charge, apparently. Wonderful. I need a new headset battery. One of them is going bad, clearly. This is bad. This is real bad, chat. We're going to let it run until it dies, and then I'm going to have to swap the other one over. That's the only option. Anyway, what I was saying, you know, obviously with this being like a mason jar style lid, it's got this rubber seal in here. Now, this stuff bakes at 275. I don't know if this would be something I could cover and bake. Probably not attached to the jar, obviously. Otherwise, it would seal. So I don't know. Yeah, that's an idea. Speaking of face huggers, though, Dex, I did go check out Freaky Deek's stream over the weekend. Got to check. I got to see his little face hugger. And by little, it's not little at all, is it? A dodo jar with his head attached to the lid. I need to put my Dremel on charge. There you go. Yeah, I'll just keep going until my headset dies. I can still talk if it dies. But when it does, we'll have to stop what we're doing so I can swap batteries, and then I guess we can go until that other battery dies, because then I won't be able to hear alerts or anything. Well, it's just going to be a mess today, I guess. It's beeping. It's going to die. Hold on. This is not good. I apologize, guys. This stupid thing was on the charger, but it clearly didn't charge, so. And this was why I was always hesitant to switch to a wireless headset. All right, we got about 50% battery on this, apparently. If that. So we'll see how far that gets me. And this one doesn't even have a cord to like plug it in, you know? It's a nice headset. I love it. But now that I'm losing one of my batteries, apparently, that's a problem. I guess I'll have to hop on after stream and look for a replacement. Hopefully they're not ridiculous. I have a cordless leaf blower and weed eater, you know? They work great. They're phenomenal. They come with a big battery pack, you know, and I had 2 battery packs, so it was perfect. When one went bad, I just swap them out, put the other on the charger. But one of those batteries went bad, and I come to find out one of those batteries is more than I paid for either the leaf blower or the weed eater. What? It's like $150 for the battery. So I see where they really make their money, you know? They're probably selling the tools at a slight loss and then making up for it on battery sales. Or a very tight margin and then closing the gap with battery sales, you know? They're like heroin dealers, you know what I mean? Oh, your first taste is on us. Come back when you need another battery. Bastards. So there's the temptation to just buy a new, you know, weed eater or something, but then that's wasteful. I've since thrown out a perfectly good weed eater, and I don't need two. Get this light. Hmm. Get a light coat on this and then let it dry. We'll go over it again. Really wish I could see though. Let's play Can I Balance That Light on My Forearm While Painting? Let's find out. The answer appears to be yes. Yes, I can. All right, let's let that dry for a moment. And then we'll hit that again. We might take a break on that for right now and get the nails in the nose and around the lips. Let's do that. That way I don't have to pick it up and I can give my hands a little bit of a break. Also did not realize we were still on that screen. Sorry about that. It's almost dry. Like I said, we'll hit that with another coat real quick and then we'll switch over and do some of the blacks real quick and get that done. We'll probably start with the toes, then the claws, and then I'll probably, well, I can do the nose, but for the mouth, I'm going to probably have to pick them up because we got to get underneath that lip line. And we'll probably have to go over it, you know, a little bit to clean up in the end, but I'd rather have like any of those bold lines, bold defined lines done, and then we can touch up before we start going over and lightening everything. And obviously if white paint gets on the black lip line, that's totally fine because we can just kind of touch that up. Much easier to do touch-ups after the fact than try to do that line work and then have to touch up something that's got shading on it, right? I'm so sunburned. Oh no. What'd you do, man? Thankfully, I don't sunburn easy anymore. I used to as a kid, but I did say it'd be sunny. Yep. Well, it was. Oh no, did it get cloudy? Not weird. All right, let's repeat that. Although that's in the way. Took my hat off to get a bit of a tan on my shaved head. Forgot to put it back on. Oof. Yeah, that'll do it. Top of my head looks like a tomato. Oh no. Continue gluing and sanding spikes. Also get enough of it tomorrow in Manchester. The clouds moved. Hey, Linecraftery, what's up, man? I'm lurking, enjoying the stream and that Volbeat background. I'm glad you guys are enjoying. Like I said, I just put one song on for the start and I was vibing with it, so I kept it on. Just wanted to say hi. Well, hello, man, and I hope you had a good weekend, sir. I was lurking on your stream yesterday. I think it was yesterday or Saturday. The days all run together, you know. But I did not get an opportunity to say anything because I was back and forth, and Menchie and I were playing Fallout, all that stuff, you know. And folks, if you are not doing so, linked in the chat there is a shout out for Linecraftery. Phenomenal artist. I highly recommend showing some love, dropping a follow, check out his stream, and you won't be disappointed. But I'll be disappointed if you don't follow, so you better follow him. All right, we're going to let that dry. And we're going to switch over and do the blacks on the nails. All that good stuff, you know? So let's get our boy in his spot here. Back to the outside, AFK time. All right, be careful out there, Rose. Careful out there. Love that band. Sunday, totally understandable. Yeah, Sundays are Sundays are our house chores and laundry and chill out days, you know? So I lurk on some streams, we play some games, all that fun stuff. Really weird week for me, so I try my best just to chill the F out. Yeah, I know those weeks, man. Well, I hope everything's good. I am going to add a little bit of matte fluid to that. Nope, that was all bubbles. Yeah, we don't need a lot of paint, so just put a little bit in here for now. It's hard enough to keep black and white because, like I said, I use them so much for mixing. So try not to waste it. And we'll start with the toes, then the fingers. My weekend was busy. Next weekend will be busy, but the week after that, hopefully I can chill. It's that time of year, isn't it? And we got a ways out of it yet. Because about the time we start to get a break, it's fall, and then you get, leaves and all that garbage that you have to deal with. Of course, that won't be until like November for me because my leaves take forever to start falling. And we'll get the bottom of the claws when we pick them up. And this is just to get a base coat on here and fill in the gaps if any touch-ups are needed for the base colors. That way we can do that before we start doing shading. And then once we're done, we'll go back over and touch up the blacks. I find it easier to do it that way, personally. Next week I go down to the sea with my son for a few days. Oh, that'll be nice. Is this? I've never heard this song by them. It kind of sounds like a Johnny Cash song as far as the melody goes, especially on that chorus part. Just the way that he says the words, I guess. Got ADHD, so 3 days of pure running about. Okay, we got some black claws on his toes there. We'll hit the fingers next. And then we'll do the nose. Yeah, enjoy your time. Enjoy that time, Dix. Not sure. It's not my business, but not sure how old your son is or anything, but enjoy those times, man. They grow up way too damn quick. Yeah, I'm gonna pick him up. 12, they grow up way too fast. Yeah, man. Mine is 18 going on 19, and mother and I divorced when she was 7.5, and her and I were always super close. But I also married a narcissist, so and she's been quite successful in manipulating her, and unfortunate really, but it is what it is. I'm at a place in my life where I've learned I can't carry other people's baggage. Steady trying to carry my own, you know? So there's only so much we can do when it comes to those things. Wait, how old? I'll be 41 this year. Yeah. I had my daughter when I was 21. I look younger than I am too, especially if I were to shave my beard off. Not a bad problem to have, I suppose, at my age. It always annoyed me when I was younger, you know? But now it's like, not so bad now. Don't get me started with that. My beard really helps now because I've got like straight up like white hairs starting to appear. Like look like fake Santa beard hairs, man. I don't what the hell? Those have been creeping in for the last 5 years or so. They've been replacing the hairs that are disappearing on my head, I feel. When I was 20 up to 29, whenever I shaved, the girlfriend felt creeped out. I looked way younger then than I was. But since I got with her, I've started to gray, bald, and lost my action man body. Yeah, I mean, I've got crow's feet and all of that. You know, I got a little bit of wrinkles and whatnot, but overall, especially once I started actually putting some lotion on my face post shower, that helps tremendously. Guys, don't be too proud to put a little lotion on your face. It's going to help with those wrinkles. You know, I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I've got a whole skin routine. I don't have time for that shit. I just put some lotion on. Depends what lotion you put on your face. Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, get yourself a nice lotion, you know, that's appropriate to put on your face. In fact, doesn't even have to be anything expensive. I just use the Lubriderm non-scented. Same stuff I got that you can use on tattoos, really. Because I've been getting that stuff since I got my tattoos years ago. So, and if you want the honest truth, obviously I stand no gain on this, but just from experience, the wrinkles I had, like my crow's feet and stuff, were more defined before I started using that lotion. So it certainly helps. Giving my fiance the warning in advance that I'm not going to be looking my age for a good number of years. And let's see, Braid Renegade, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, I'm not going to say I look super young anymore like I used to if I'd shave, but I definitely don't. Let's put it this way. I've seen some of the dudes that I went to school with, you know, the popular guys that were hot shit in high school. Oh boy, how the turns have tabled. You know, it is, isn't it? It applies on the other side too. I remember running into this girl I went to high school with that I had a huge crush on, man. And she didn't want anything to do with me. And I ran into her many, many years later. She was all chatty with me, and I'm like, who are you? But I've also, it's kind of unfortunate, really. Like where I'm from, not a lot going on, man. And people, to be social and get out and do stuff on the weekends, really the only option is bars. So I can't tell you how many people I watch just slip into a routine. You know, they go to work Monday through Friday, and then they spend Friday night and Saturday night at the bar. And buddy, I'll tell you what, is that's a first-hand demonstration, like in real time, of how much that shit can change your body for the worst. I've watched so many people just look completely different just because they drink too much, you know? Their health goes downhill. And you know, I used to drink, and I used to go out, and I enjoyed it. It was a social thing, and it was a good time most of the time. I always was the guy that for whatever reason, somebody wanted to try to start shit with me, but I got to a point where it's like, I don't enjoy this anymore. Like, I don't like feeling like hell. I don't like feeling out of control. And I don't really drink at all. I mean, I enjoy the taste of a nice dark beer, or like a porter, but I don't like the way it makes me feel. So I don't really drink anymore. All the gals that fancied the hell out of me and obsessed with me after school turned gorgeous. Unfortunately, I'm very much in control when I drink. I hate it. I mean, I've got a pretty decent tolerance, but you know, you get to a point like, I don't know. I just don't like waking up feeling like shit. All right, let's get that other side real quick. And then we'll switch back over and hit the black on the nose and the lips. And I got to get underneath on the claws. Also, this cover is pretty sweet. I like it. And I apologize if I am pulling them out of frame. It's just really hard to see the spot, so bear with me. Oh yeah, Dex. Like I was saying, I got a chance to go over and see Freaky Deek's work, right? Dude, I love the way his stream looks and everything, and his lighting. I love the moodiness of it all. But I do not understand how he can see.
What's wrong with the picture?
Oh,
Go to camera
stop it.
2.
I can't. It's busted.
Oh,
Well, then
stop
go
it.
to 1. Go to 4.
Give me shit. The only thing I can think is he's got the light brighter than what it appears, and he's just because I do a bit of that, but man, I don't understand. Depending on how things go with the stream, and then like what we decide to do, and more so like just how the way the world right now goes than what we decide to do, because it's kind of determined by the market really. But if we end up staying in this place for a while and stream's doing well, I might look into, we have a finished side of the basement that eventually needs a bit of work, and I might look into moving the studio and stuff down there. For multiple reasons. It'd give me more space. And it would get me away from the bedroom door so I could stream a little bit later at night, you know, sometimes. All right. Let's do the nose. That man does not do small sculpts. Did you check out his nemesis? I did not, no. Yeah, dude, that tank girl, Jesus Christ, that was huge. And that was way in the background, so I can only imagine how big it actually is. He said it was half human scale, so I'm thinking like, what, 2.5 feet tall? Roughly? Nemesis is the same. Love Home DIY, will you be streaming it? Probably not. In fact, some of the work that's done in the basement, I'll probably just have contracted out. Because there's a bit more than I want to get involved with. I'm perfectly okay with setting my pride on the shelf with that stuff. I look at it this way. It's a money and time equation for me. How much does it cost? How much time will it save? And am I okay with the, you know what I mean? I value my time and sanity more. And like, for whatever, I don't know, certain things when it comes to household work, I enjoy. Other things, they just annoy me and stress me out. So I'd rather just pay somebody to do it, you know? Of course, then it's the contractors that are stressing me out, but it's, you can't win really, but this will be toned down too. There's going to be some red on the nose, but this is just, like I said, we're just getting base coats on still. So All right, I am gonna have to like squat down on my knees here. My chair is too high to see, and I don't really feel like tipping them upside down, so. Yeah, dry brushing after this. Again, I this will very much get hit with white paint when we're doing dry brushing and stuff, but I've got my definitive lines, and for me personally, it's easier to go in and do this base coat, right? And then touch it up with surrounding base coat if need be, before I start doing any shading and whatnot, and then come back and touch up the blacks. It's just easier, in my opinion, to do it that way. You know, and the reason why I feel that way is like, think of it this way. We've got a base coat surrounding that black, right? But we're going to take a white and brush over that. And if I waited till after that and then I went in and did the blacks and then I had to do any corrections, I kind of have to like double up that process. Whereas if I go over the black with some white, I literally just take the brush and dab it on and it's covered, right? Whereas the lighter colors, I might have to do a couple little dabs on an area to cover up a mistake or you know, just a result of my shaky hands. This next part is going to be a little bit interesting. Because essentially, I need a line down here. And that'll get covered up to some extent.
It's time to take a short break. Stand up, stretch and hydrate.
I don't want to. What now, bot? Hmm? What do we have on the ad countdown? 38 seconds. God damn it. All right, folks, we got a 3-minute ad coming up here. It's been an hour already. I will be taking a break right along with you once I finish this section here. But it is a great time to stand up, stretch, grab a drink, grab a snack, any of that stuff. And you know what? Let's set him down. We'll just come back to it. I don't want to rush. I don't want to rush it, so. A bum shot. What's up, Stevie? All right, we got an ad break starting soon, folks. We'll be right back to it after the ad break. 3 minutes, and then we'll get right back to it. So thank you guys for being here. Stevie, it's good to see you, buddy. And folks, if you're not already following Stevie, there's a link in the chat. You should definitely do so. Show some love. Check out his stream. And we will be right back once the ad has concluded and continue on with our base coats and all of that good stuff. So he's going to look a little bit goofy for a moment, but all part of the process, right? All part of the process. That'll get toned down to some extent. The nose won't be solid black when it's all said and done. So, but anyway, ads rolling. I will put the break screen up and I will see you guys in just a few. About 55 seconds on the ad break, and we'll get right back to it, folks. Welcome back, Rose. I probably should have taken a restroom break myself, but I guess I'll have to wait till the next hour.
Welcome back. Let's get to it.
All right, welcome back. Stevie, again, good to see you, man. I hope you had a good weekend. I know you've been super busy with all the things. And it looked like you, from what I saw on Andy's stream there, it looked like you made a lot of progress. So nice work, man. Yeah, we're just very much doing that, a little bit of that. Right back at you, sir. Temporary AFK contacts. Not. I got to wait for it to do its thing. Oh boy. Yep. Yeah, this is very much a temporary appearance here. Again, everything that you see other than the inner ear is a base coat at this point, right? The nose, let me show you my reference here. The nose is going to have some pink on it, you see? We'll tone that down. Everything's going to be toned down or brightened up, you know? So it's going to look real theater makeup like here for a bit. If you've ever been in theater, you know what I mean. Theater makeup looks ridiculous when you're not in the lights. My least favorite part of theater. The clown makeup, that's required. Okay, let's get the lip underneath there. And then we'll hit the bottom of the claws. And once we're done with all this nonsense today, we'll go in and do some touch-ups and hopefully have, if not starting today, we'll have them ready for tomorrow to start working on some of the dry brushing. We might, I'm not going to make any promises, but we might be well into getting this guy done maybe this week. We'll see. At least his paint job. We still have the base to finish up. And like I said, I got to get to the store and get some things for that because when we went to the store this weekend, they did not have what I was looking for. That water drop off there. I'll very much have to touch that up, but just wanted to get some paint in there. All right.
Suddenly, I heard a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door.
Who's that rapping at my chamber door? Who's that rapping at my chamber door? Raiders, welcome in. Carito Cavari, thank you so much for the raid. How was stream today? And Raiders, welcome in. Let me get this guy situated real quick here. He's in the wrong side. Nope, that was not right. There we go. Okay. 18 Vix, bite me. Welcome in. Good to see you. Dragon Skull, and how we doing today? Welcome in, Raiders. We'll hop over here a minute. I love that 1, 2, 3 block. Yeah, it's super handy. I'm gonna do some modifications before the next project with some different Allen bolts there, so I can kind of use it as a more of a vise. I'm gonna have to switch my headset battery again too, chat. We've been battling my headset. Apparently the battery that was in my charger last night did not charge. So bear with me. In a minute, I'm gonna have to swap those again. The Jerboa streamer, we're gonna miss this guy when it's finished, dude. Me too. Me too. Don't know what I did, but I got here safely. Oh boy, was it a rough ride in the raid over, Carito? Well, thank you so much for the raid. I very much appreciate it. And folks, if you are not already doing so, I got a link in the chat there. Be sure to show some love. Drop a follow. Check out Carito Cavari's stream. And show some appreciation for the support here. Very much appreciate it. Thank you. How was stream? What were we working on today? Got to cook, but we'll lurk. Hope you're doing great. Hey, absolutely. No worries. Do what you got to do. I totally understand how it goes. Especially when I push my stream a little bit longer than I need to, and then I have to scramble at the end, you know? I have to follow Carito again. Yes, absolutely. 18 Vix. 2 follows are a mandatory thing. So if you could go ahead and make that happen. Same thing, Aloy's head. Okay. Yeah, that's right. You were working on Aloy, right? Not figuring it out yet. It's always a process. We've had some discussions about that here. With the Jerboa, for instance, I sculpted 6 hands to get the 2 that I was happy with. But the way that I look at it, it's all practice. And that's always a good thing, right? Never enough practice. So I try to take those opportunities as a positive thing, even though it can be frustrating. But give me 1 second. Let me switch my headset battery, chat. I'm kind of operating with no ears for the moment, so let's fix that. There we go. Hopefully this one lasts a bit longer. It looks about the same. Great. This is going to be a struggle today. I do apologize. I had my headset battery in the charger, but it did not charge. It must not have made contact. And that makes sense because one of my batteries has a bad contact. So, I just need to be a little bit more careful when I put it in there, I guess, and make sure it's actually charging. But Raiders, welcome in. You can call me Feral Moon, Feral, any of those things work. I sculpt a variety of things using polymer clay. We are very much in the midst of base coats right now, so he kind of looks like he's got theater makeup. Everything is exaggerated and blown out and darker than it will be. And right now we're kind of just going in and doing some of this black line work because personally, I feel it's easier to get a base of those black lines or black areas done. And then, you know, once I do, we're going to basically go over the grays with a white dry brush, right? And the dark gray with this for our base to lighten that up. And this will go, like I said, with a white to lighten this color area up. And the way that I see it is like, obviously that's going to get hit with some of that white and stuff when we're dry brushing, but it's much easier for me to just go in with a dab of black on the brush and touch that up than it is to try to touch up areas where we've done shading and dry brushing. I'm debating right now, like internally, whether or not I do the eye outline right now or save it. I don't know. I'm not sure what I want to do on that yet. There's a spot right there I need to fix too. So very much in the process of getting him to the point where we start bringing all of that together, you know? So yeah, welcome in. And I do hope you guys enjoy. We're going to get right back to it here. And I need to hit the bottom side of his claws on his toes and get those covered. We'll touch that spot up. And then I'm going to try to make a decision on whether or not I hit those eye lines right now or save it. I'm going to have to go over it again regardless. But will it be easier if I already have a base down? I think it will. So let's start with those toes, get that done. And normally we listen to a mix of things around here, honestly. Typically some 80s, some 90s, you know, top hits kind of stuff. We'll throw some modern stuff in there from time to time. And today I threw Volbeat on for the intro, just waiting, you know, for the ads and stuff so we get stream started. And I was kind of vibing with it, so we've kind of just kept it on. So hopefully you guys enjoy some Volbeat. Basically, I'm just wanted to touch that spot up. I don't want a hard angle right there. And then this needs to come up ever so slightly there. But yeah, we've been doing some hanging out and chatting about Comic-Con and no spoiler talk on Deadpool. It's been a fun stream. I noticed Volbeat. I like them a lot. Well, good, because I do too. And it's been a long time since I'd listened to them, and I forgot how much I like them, so I put Heaven and Hell on, and I'm like, man, this band jams. I think we're just going to listen to this today. I was originally thinking about some Metallica, but I feel like Volbeat's a little less heavy than Metallica. They're a little bit more upbeat, so kind of in a rock mood today, I guess. But yeah, if you're not happy with the music today, come back tomorrow. It'll probably be different. You know, we mix it up around here. I have a pretty eclectic taste in music, so I think it reflects on the stream sometimes. Guys, I might paint his paws off stream if that's okay with you. And here's why. You're not going to be able to really see me painting them no matter how I do it. And the easiest way for me to do it is going to be to like hold this guy close to my chest and just kind of get in there with a brush. And you're not going to be able to see that. So I might just paint those off stream. Not anything exciting anyways. They're barely visible as it is. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm waiting on some of that to dry so we can do a little bit of touch up. Screw it. Let's do the eyes. A while ago, I did a drawing of Michael Poulsen, Volbeat singer. Wonder where that drawing is. If I find it, I'll share on Discord. Yeah, I do. That's cool. We love to see everybody's artwork in the Discord. I don't know which angle's better, but it's gonna be weird. Gotta get down in that crack. Ugh. Oh shit. That could have been bad. Other than getting it all over the sticky tack, I didn't do terrible there. A few touch-ups, but most of that on the upper eye is going to get blended anyways. Also fighting with, my hands are being exceptionally shaky today. This is terrible. Paint, I'm going to stir this up a little bit. I think that's fine for a base. That's fine for a base. Oh, I just about launched this across the room. Okay. So we're going to be doing some touch-ups, and we're going to need peppercorn. Basically, all that area where I was doing the washes on the ears. We need to get some of the lighter base on the tips of the toes and the fingers. And I think that about covers all those bases, so. We're gonna need these. Let me let that sit in the fan for a minute. I also need to get a little bit more gray up in these creases, mostly on that side though. Can I help you? Somebody's being a mooch. I'm going to use just straight up color. We're not going to dilute these at all. Second thought. I take that back. We're not going to dilute the lighter gray, but I am going to put a little bit of fluid. Man, that comes out. I'm going to put a little bit of fluid medium in the peppercorn. Just like a dab, not much at all. You know what? I've been reusing this pipette for a while. I feel like it's contaminated. I'm going to get a clean one. Actually, I have one. This has only been used for alcohol, so. Yeah, if we could at least get us set up for some airbrushing, some dry brushing, and start of shading and stuff tomorrow, I'd be happy with that. What we'll do on the upper, like on the right above the eyes there, on the brow, right above the eyes. Once we get our dry brushing done, I'll start with like phasing that up and just kind of brushing up from the eye and stopping before I make contact with the top portion and just get that underbrow and just kind of darken that up without using a straight black. In fact, the only place we're going to use the black other than the claws is just for that basing on the line around the eyes and the mouth. We'll have to tone that down gradually, which will happen as we're dry brushing. Why do I keep doing that? I got airbrushing on the brain. Hey, Jenny, welcome in. Yeah, we're getting base coats on. He looks like he's in theater right now. Everything's exaggerated, but very much just base coats. Everything's going to be toned down and or brightened up. Thank you. I'm really happy with him. Over the weekend I finished up the inner ear. It was a bit too pink. just hitting it with layer after layer after layer of washes, and that's why I did it off stream, because it would be super boring to watch me sit here and throw on some paint and dab it off and then let it sit for 5 minutes and then repeat the process over and over. So I did that off stream just to spare us all. I'm gonna use this little brush because I need to get in there, and we're gonna put the little light on. But Jenny, I hope you had a good weekend. I hope things are going well. And right now I'm just going over some of the areas that need some touch-ups after all of those washes, correcting any of our black lines, anything like that. Basically, I want to get him ready for tomorrow, where we can start doing some of the dry brushing. And we'll tone down that dark gray quite a bit, most likely. It's going to at least be 50% as dark as it is now. And then the lighter gray area will get dry brushed with a white. So that'll brighten that up. And then we got some blending and fades to do. But I'm super happy with him, man. This is without a question like my best piece yet. Oh yeah, it will be. It will be, Jenny. That's just like the undercoat. You know what I'm saying? We went dark to begin with because it's as I dry brush over that, the crevices and stuff will remain that dark or a bit darker for like an undercoat, you know, hopefully. Yeah, he won't be nearly this dark when it's all done. Some of it will show through, but that's kind of the effect I'm going for. But it's all an experiment, so I guess we'll all find out together. The idea I have is to, like, for the dark areas, for example, right? We hit that with the base color, which is, again, just this medium gray here, right? And that'll bring down that saturation and darkness quite a bit. It'll lighten them up. And then real lightly go a couple shades lighter over that. Just real light, just to give a little bit of depth in the fur color. At least that's what I hope. I'm not gonna really touch the sides of the ears here today either. We're gonna be cleaning that up. But I'll probably just wait till tomorrow because I want to think on that for a minute on how I want to approach it. Melting into the sofa? Is it a hot one there, is it? I hope Jessica's tail with a whitish tip like a fox. They don't have like a colored tip. If anything, it would get darker to the tip, but he's gonna have some lighter fur on the underside. We'll kind of let's not do that. Let's not do that. Jessica on a Saturday night. No, I got you. To make it all even more complicated, been doing like my searching for references and whatnot with coloring on these guys. Different colors have different like patterning sometimes. Which is weird because they all follow a color region system in the game. But whatever. Got one hair in there, man. Damn it. And a little bit down in here. All right, I need to hit that with some more gray on that like seam right there. We didn't get all the way back. All right. Let's get that gray. My phone likes to ignore me. Time for ice cream. I want ice. Stevie, did you bring enough ice cream for everyone? Them's the rules? Yeah. What I do with my brush? There it is. I'm going to use this light again, actually. Considering the clay is not too terribly different color from the paint, you know. It is once it's dry, but putting it on there, it can be a little bit. The good news is that'll get anything that shows through will get covered up when we dry brush this whole area with white over the ear fur. And we'll be doing a little bit more than dry brushing with the inner ear fur. I'll dry brush it, and then we'll go in with a heavier paint on the brush there and drag it over the protruding pieces and whatnot. Oh, there's a touch-up needed. A little bit on that other side there at the bottom. Okay. And then the next thing I want to get done today, we need to get the lighter tone on top of the fingertips here. And a little bit of a brush right along the edge of his little thumb nub thing. I also need to, let's see, it run right up the side of the feet here. A little bit of a brush in there between the toes and along the fronts. That'll be with the lighter gray that we've been working with here. Yeah, they got like a little thumb nub. It's a lot like my old chinchilla, you know. He had a little. I'm not gonna water. I'm not gonna add any thinner or anything to this paint. We're putting it on real light as it is, so. Yeah, I might change my mind on that. Yeah, I think I might. Just tickle the tips of his toes, you know? Yeah, I think we'll do this coat right here, and then I'll hit it again with a diluted one, just to kind of help with coverage and filling in the cracks. And again, I'm not being terribly worried about if I get any paint on the cloths, because it's just a base. Basically, to fill in that gap, you know, your crease, I like to do that, and then touching up is easier that way, for me at least. Arts Effect, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. BRB, no worries, Jenny. Made me panic. I thought my husky was howling. Sorry, man. Triple chocolate ice cream, Stevie. So you're saying not only do you have ice cream, but it's full of chocolate, and you're not sharing. Jerboa looks great. Artifact, thank you. I very much appreciate it. He's a very much a work in progress right now. We're just doing some of the base layers and, you know, getting things ready for some proper shading and getting things to the colors that I want them to be, but everything's a bit exaggerated right now, of course. And again, I'm gonna probably hit this one more time and dilute it down just a tad bit, so it's into the cracks. It's gonna need another coat anyways, so this is just giving us a foundation to do the actual shading on the toes. Too warm to share? 5 stages of art grief. I did a paint party with some friends last night. We coined the term there. Yeah. It's I was saying he very much is in his theater makeup stage right now. And you know, I've explained a little bit, but I like to do. We went in today and did some of the base coats, like the black on the claws, right? And again, I said if I have to touch it up, it's not a big deal. It's kind of part of the plan. For me, I know like typically you want to start with your lights and then go to your darks. But when it comes to stuff like that, I like to really kind of just get a base on. Number one, to fill in any of the creases there. And then obviously I'm going to have to touch it up, but it's easier, I feel, to get a little tiny dab of black and touch up than it is to try to cover black when I'm trying to touch up the other way, you know? So I get my bases in for that. And then with the, you know, I have a plan that I'm going to have to touch it up. I'm going to have to go over it again, but it won't be as stressful that way because the base of it's there
It's
already.
time to take a short break.
Exactly.
Stand up, stretch, and hydrate.
Well, Atticus is telling us it's that time almost. We'll have a 3-minute ad here coming up. And then when we get back, I'll throw a little bit of flow medium in there. And we'll go over those toe tips again. It won't hit his fingertips. Gotta hop in a meeting. Can't wait to see the finished work though. Artifact, no worries. You do what you gotta do. And we'll very much be continuing on with this process until this guy's done. Hopefully in the next week or so. So that's the plan.
Hello. Hello.
Andre Salvadorifo. I hope Salvadorifo? Andre Salvadorifo. I hope I said that right. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. And see, like everything that's light now will be lighter, and everything that is dark will be lighter than it is right now. So. And like the black lining, all of that'll be toned down. The nose is going to have some red in there. In fact, might even dry brush the nose real lightly with that peppercorn, a dark color, but slightly lighter, just to kind of break it up a tad bit. A 3D printed mod? No, this is hand sculpted with polymer clay. Yep. He started off looking like a demented Charmander or something. And then it's very much been a process. We're over 100 hours. I suspect 150 to 200 hours by the time it's all said and done with painting and everything. So thank you, man. I'm really proud of it. It's been a journey and a lot of lessons learned. My first time sculpting an animal and using this clay on an entire sculpt, and my first time doing this method for fur. So I'm super happy with them. We do have an ad break coming up. I will see you guys back here in 3 minutes. It's going to start any second now. And it's a good time to stretch, grab a snack, grab a drink, all that good stuff. I'm going to do the same, and I'll see you guys back here in just a few. We'll continue on with what we were working on here, actually. And the ad has started. I'll see you guys in a moment. All right, we got about 50 seconds on the ad break. I'm just cleaning up some brushes while we wait, chat. We'll throw some fluid medium in there, or some flow medium rather. And go over those toes and hit the fingers.
Welcome back. Let's get to it.
All right, let's do that. Welcome back, guys. Thank you for understanding with the ad break there. We're going to throw some flow medium into that gray paint and give that a mix, and we'll go over the toes and the fingertips again. And then kind of give him a once over, make sure he's ready to go as we close out the stream today. We'll make sure he's ready to go for tomorrow. My plan tomorrow, start hitting these gray areas with the white dry brushing, and then our base gray. Again, that's the medium gray. We'll be dry brushing across all the dark areas, right? And what I want to really take care to do, when we're dry brushing the gray over the dark, we'll come down into the lighter area. When we're dry brushing the white, we'll come up into the dark area. We'll create a bit of a double overlap there to hopefully kind of aid in the blend. And then hopefully my hopes is this dark base will show through in some instances for that dark undercoat, you know? That's my hope. So we'll find out. But we'll get them all prepped and ready so we can start that tomorrow. So let's get some flow medium. And Andre, thank you, man. It's kind of flattering to have my sculpt mistaken for a 3D print, you know? This song is so good, dude. So good. Ah! I just splattered that all over me. Let's let's not do that. We only need a little bit here. I just wanted to thin it up some. Do I use this brush? Yeah, why not? And we're not going for like a blend here. I'm basically just getting like our defined area nice and consistent. We'll do the blending once we get to dry brushing. They need like a 10-minute version of this song that's just this part. I'd be down with that. Those drums, man. And that bass line. You know what? Yeah, we'll switch over here. Now see the face, right? Like the lip line right there. When I do have to go in and touch that up inevitably, because I will, it's going to get hit with dry brushing and everything else. Instead of using black that time, I'm going to go over it with peppercorn, which will tone that down. I might do the same on the eyes. We'll see. Probably will. Okay, let's do the line on the outside of the foot there. And I'm going to pick them up so I can get the inside too. Hey, enjoy the lyrics, Stevie. And while I've got them up, let's go ahead and make sure got some coverage underneath. In fact, I'm just going to do this and tone that down slightly. Because I don't like how freaking bold it is. Okay. We got to do the fingertips, right? I think we're going to use a small brush for that. Probably have to hit this a couple times. All right. About done with that. Ugh, there's no good references for these freaking tales, man. And some of them are all dark, and some of them have like a little bit of a streak. You know what we might do? Once he's all done, you know, what I might do is take a real light gray or a white and just kind of hit some of these hairs on the underneath, you know, and give them a little bit of a streak through there. And then, of course, the last thing we'll do once he's all done, we'll be adding those the monofilament in place where these wires are, and also in the whisker holes on his snoot there. I know what I need to do here.
May I please have a drink, please?
Absolutely. Help yourself. Jazzy, welcome in. How we doing today? And lurking in the shadows, but wanted to say how freaking awesome this looks. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. He's in theater makeup mode right now, you know. But yeah, I'm happy just getting color on him. It's bringing him to life, you know. And folks, if you are not already doing so, there's a link in the chat. Be sure to drop a follow, show some love to Jazzy Jaffa, another streamer and creator here on Twitch. Some phenomenal artwork. I know Jazzy's been quite busy with a move and all the things lately, if I'm not mistaken. But hopefully we'll see a return to stream soon, maybe. I know how all that goes. Moving is not a fun task. And then setting up for stream is like its own thing, you know? Our black paint's all dry, chat. This is true. Yeah, I'll be back to regular soon. Very cool. I've been keeping an eye out when I sit down with my coffee in the mornings. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's kind of redundant because we're going to have to do this again, but we had a landing. Nice, Jazzy. Jazzy hit the target. Yeah, that black paint's all dry. In fact, and do one of those to smooth that out. Anything else I need to get done so we're ready for tomorrow? I need to really figure out what we're going to do about these ears. What I'm thinking is peppercorn. Dry brush over that texture on the side. Close that line in a little bit. We'll repeat that with the lighter gray. On this back side of the ear, we need to do a lighter line. And then dark, even darker at the top. But obviously this is going to be lighter, so I'll wait to do that. In fact, I'll wait to do the lighter portion too. I think we're at a good spot though for tomorrow, for sure. Couple spots I'm going to touch up here quick. And again, this is not a blend. This is just a base for the lighter portions of the toes. And then we'll do the blend with the dry brushing. And it's not going to be like a super fine blend. It doesn't need to be. But yeah, I think the way to approach this. Welcome back, Jenny. You enjoy your I think he's lurking, Jenny. We got the fingertips tickled and the toes all tickled and ready to go. And then once we start doing the dry brushing, like I said earlier, I think when we're doing the white over top this light gray, we'll bring that back slightly into the dark gray areas, right? And then when we're doing the gray over top the dark areas, we'll bring that down into the lighter areas a little bit. I think that will create like a double overlap shade for us. I think. But if not, then all we have to do is cover it with a base coat and start over. So his eyes looking like he's in God mode. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. He's in God mode right now. I can't wait to take that off. Once he's all done and seeing how, you know how those eyes popped out, like how it looked before. Can you imagine once I take that off with the color and the black outline there? And I think it's going to look really cool. A little spot there. Little hair sticking across the front. Well, I'll tell you. See that little fold? I don't know what you call that. It's on ears. It's like that little pocket on ears like that. That was a pain in the ass to get paint in there. Oh my God. That was actually quite a challenge. And that's why we had to do all that touch-up work along that section. In fact, little bit in there. Don't give yourself a pat on the back, man. You've done good. Thank you, Jenny. I've definitely surprised myself with this project. It has certainly opened the door to some future projects that I would otherwise have been too intimidated to try to even take on. So I'm glad I did it. I'm looking forward to when he's all finished. I think we're at a good point then today that tomorrow we can come in and do some more, some pretty extensive stuff actually tomorrow, hopefully. We'll start with the dark, I think. And start our dry brushing over the dark areas. And then work into the lighter spots. We'll do, like I said, we're gonna go over this with white, right? In certain areas, I might add a little dab of a yellow, like a real little dab of a yellow to this linen. And do some discoloration staining on like the inside bottoms of the legs, you know, just a light brushing. That's the plan for that. Unlock new moves. All right. Also, as we kind of wrap things up here today, kind of talk about some stuff as far as the channel and all of that goes. We've talked about it a little bit before, but to recap, I very much want to take some time on stream to showcase what you guys have been up to. You guys spend a lot of time watching what I'm working on, but I like to see what you guys are working on too. So, being that we're a small community, you know, we're just getting started here. I think once a month, like the last Thursday stream of each month, it would be very cool to close out those streams by finishing up what we're working on, set that aside, and then move over and pull up Discord and take a look at some of the projects that people in the community have been working on. There's, of course, the art gallery channel in there. You guys are welcome to showcase your work in there at any time. But you'll notice now we have the community showcase channel. Now, no safe for work content, please, because we're pulling it up on stream. We got a lot of people that lurk at work and stuff like that. So I want to make sure it's safe for work. And make sure work in progress is acceptable and welcome. Just make sure there's enough there to show off. Like, we don't want to be looking at, you know, concepts and stuff like that. So work in progress is fine. Just make sure there's work to showcase. Finals, all that good stuff. It doesn't matter if it's sculpting, drawing, if it's a creative endeavor that you put time into and you have something to show for it, by all means. And on the last Thursday of each month, we'll make it a point to close out the stream with a little bit of a community art show, you know, because it's important, man. Like, I get feedback from you guys and recognition, and I appreciate it, and it's very, very motivating, and I cannot thank you guys enough. But I also think that's important for all of us. And like I said, you guys spend a lot of time watching me do my thing. Let's take some time to showcase what you guys are working on. And when you submit that, if you have social links, you know, Instagram, what have you, where others can follow along on the progress of your project or just show their support, please do attach those in your post in Discord too. So we'll start that August, the last Thursday stream of August. we will be doing that. So make sure if you've got some projects that you'd like to have showcased, get those posted in there before that stream, and we'll make it happen. We'll kick it off this month, which is almost August already. Can you believe it? Also, we've talked about things as far as stream goes and as far as my projects go. And I very much at some point want to get into molding and casting so we can replicate some things and sell them to folks that are interested. I'm not excited about pricing things or any of that stuff. I hate that, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We talked about it a little bit previously, and I found this guy at the store, and I thought I'd pick him up. I don't know if this would be an ideal one, but it's at the very least something we can start working on a proof of concept. You guys have seen my creepy candles. I really enjoy doing those, and I'm actually working on some ideas to shrink those down a little bit and make them more budget friendly, you know what I mean? Because the way that those are made, those bases and the candles that are involved, number one, it kind of makes it hard to sell individually anyway because of the charger for the candles. But also those bases aren't cheap, and that would have to be factored into the expense. So essentially I'm working on finding a way that we can make some of those candles on a smaller format, more of a price friendly project. And then we could make some of those and sell them to folks who want them. Also, stash jar with faces or monsters or what have you. Just have fun with it, play around with some concepts, see what we can come up with. And yeah. So at some point, I'm going to try to slap some clay on this and work around with some faces or some ideas. And we'll kind of use that for a basis, you know? Can't wait to see what you do with it. Yeah, I think it'd be fun. Something fun. Not every project on this channel is going to be a 100+ hour project. We are going to do more. I've very much enjoyed this long project, you know? And I can't wait to do another large scale project. But not everyone. We're going to pace ourselves. And like in between large projects, we'll do some smaller stuff. Plus, I'm going to keep anything super big and involved off of the plans right now until we get through Halloween. We've got Oblina, which I figured we would have started by now, but I was very, very wrong about that. So we're going to get Oblina done to complete our Nicktoons Ah Real Monsters trio. Of course, I've already made Ickis and Crumb, and it's well overdue time that I make Oblina, so we're going to get that finished, complete the trio, and then I've got some ideas between that, and ultimately I want to do a Jack Skellington in his Halloween suit around October, okay? Maybe some other stuff too. It's not going to be like a big diorama like my Christmas Jack. In fact, he'll probably have like a pretty circular standard base. But I really enjoyed making Jack, and I would like to have a traditional Halloween suit Jack Skellington. Even though I'm not looking forward to painting those pinstripes on his suit whatsoever. You say NBC and I'm there? Wait, what? NBC? Oh, duh. You'll have to forgive me, Jenny. Over here we have NBC, like, so when I see NBC, I'm thinking like the television network, you know? It's just like burned into my brain, you know? You know, like you guys have the BBC, but over here that's something a little bit different. Wait. Oh shit. No, you're fine, Shinny. No, I just thought NBC stood out to me. I was just thinking the broadcasting company, but all right. But yeah, that's the plan. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun this fall. It's my favorite season, and I want to celebrate it. So we are gonna get Oblina done, and then we're gonna do some creepy sculpts and have some fun. I kind of want to do another pumpkin. That's what I started this whole thing off doing, was a pumpkin sculpt. And I'm really happy with it. I like that pumpkin a lot, even though it's super basic. In fact, he's right over here. This was very much me just getting re-familiar with clay after many, many years of not sculpting. And he turned out pretty cool, especially considering it was pretty shitty clay that I was using. But like I said, very, very, very basic, right? I can do better. And I think I might have to. I do like his eyes. I'm glad I went with the red eyes with the UV resin over top. But I've learned a lot. Like, again, this was very, very early. Like this, I would have done drastically different. I did pretty good on the grooves though. But anyway, yeah, maybe we'll do another pumpkin. And I think next year, I mean, I've got all these creepy project ideas that I want to do and not nearly enough holiday to stretch them out across. So I think maybe 2025 is just going to have to be Halloween all year. I think. You know? My intention next year, I definitely want to, at some point, if not to kick the year off, I want to take on a dragon and do a dragon project. I want to make a werewolf. I want to do a Mothman. And not really creepy or anything like that. But after this guy, I very much want to sculpt a rocket raccoon. I very much want to sculpt a rocket raccoon. Like, I can't tell you how much I love that character. I love him to pieces, and I think it would be super fun to sculpt him. I knew Rose would like that. The dragon, yep. What is all over my hand? What is that? I have no idea. Unless you know the better. It's like, it's not from that. No idea. Don't need to sculpt another dragon. I don't need to sculpt another dragon. You do, though. Rose! Sculpt the dragon. You got some time yet, though, Rose. Don't worry. All right. Let's hop over here, chat. It's been a full day. We've gotten a lot done. A lot of progress. We are set up to start dry brushing tomorrow. I'm happy about that. And it's been a great stream of listening to Volbeat. Are we okay with that? I like I said, I just put one Volbeat song on at the beginning while we were waiting on ads and getting ready to start the stream. And then I was just really vibing with it, so we kept it on. So if you guys don't mind it, I wouldn't mind playing more Volbeat from time to time because I love this band. And I quite honestly forgot how great they were. Now, tomorrow we'll mix it up. We'll put on one of our playlists, you know, but once in a while. I want to make a bigger one, but the oven isn't big enough. Well, then you got to do it in pieces, Rose. You know? You got to do one wing and then the other, and then the body and the head separate because it's going to be too big to fit in the oven, so you got to attach that. like CNUT, right? Just do it in pieces. I've never done a piece that's big enough that it requires me to do it in separate pieces. So when we get to that day, that's going to be interesting. That will be interesting. Real quick. I'm going to throw a couple links at you guys. I haven't really done much of that today, so one moment while I shamelessly plug my content. There is a link in the chat to the main YouTube channel. That's my main channel. There is a secondary where you can find all the VODs, and it's just FeralMoonTV on YouTube. But Feral Moon Designs on YouTube, as linked in the chat, is where you'll find all my past projects with condensed time lapses and showcases for each project. Now that we're streaming and you can see more of the process than ever before, we're going to just be doing showcase videos for the time being. And you can check out the first one, the first Sculpt on stream, which was the creepy candle that we completed right before the Jerboa. And then once the Jerboa is done, I'm going to be spending some time making a nice showcase for him. I think he deserves it. And I'm going to bust out the old DSLR and relearn how to use that thing to shoot that showcase because I want to make sure it's quality, you know? Plus, it's very frustrating trying to shoot him with my phone because all the time it's like, your phone is too hot. Like, what? This is a basic function. I'm just shooting video. Figure out how to section something like the big scale. Yeah. I know he like does his wings separately, and a lot of times he's attaching the head after the fact. It's fun sorting that stuff out. Sometimes it's not so fun putting it together, but you know, my Korok was a lot of bits and pieces and assembly, right? And that was a lot of fun. I had a good time with that. But anyway, there's also a link to the Discord. That is the best place to find all the latest updates with the stream and any changes with the schedule, any modifications, things like that. And plus, there's channels in there for you to share your art with us. And then there's the community showcase for the on-stream art shows at the end of each month, starting next month in August. Plus, you can let us know when you're going live or if you've got new videos, and we love to see that. So hope to see you there. But I think we'll wrap it up there today, chat. Like I said, we got a lot done, and we are prepped and ready for tomorrow's stream. Tomorrow, I'll be going live between noon and 1 o'clock Eastern time. And for reference, it's currently 3:19 Eastern time. And yeah, this is something I'm testing out. Kind of flip-flopping my Mondays, where I used to start Mondays 1 to 5. I'm going to start later on Tuesdays, like we did last week. I feel like Tuesdays are better started later. So we'll keep doing that and see how it goes. But let's see who's streaming. See who we can go say hello to. And what are they doing? Thanks for stream. Hey, no problem, Jenny. Thanks for being here. Whoa! Thanks for being here. What we got going on? Partnerversary. You guys want to see some wood burning? Let's go see some wood burning, yeah? We're going to go say hello to Spectre RTI. He's doing some wood burning right now. He's pretty great. He's done some cool stuff. And I don't often get to see him live when we're streaming, so this is a little bit unusual. So let's take that opportunity to go raid and say hello. Jazzy, absolutely. Thank you for being here. Good to see you as always. And let's hop over here real quick. I got some thank yous to give out. Starting with, we had a couple offline follows, it looks like. Pick Stitch yesterday. Thank you so much for the follow, man. Appreciate it. McLeod's Creations today coming in with the follow. Thank you for that. Braid Renegade, thank you so much. Carito Cavari, thank you so much for the raid. And Raiders, thank you for joining. I hope you guys enjoyed. Arts of Fact, thank you for the follow. Andre Salvadorifo, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. And thank each and every one of you guys that hung out today and chatted with me. Lurkers, thank you so much. Very much appreciated. It helps out a lot. I truly appreciate all the support I've been seeing here on the channel. It means a lot to me, guys. It really does. It's very motivating, I will say that much. And it's just a blast. Like, I've really truly been enjoying this. You know, I always had fun sculpting and watching YouTube videos or movies while I'm doing so, but hanging out with you guys and chatting is far better than that. All right. So thank you for being a part of this journey with me. Let me get those raid calls out. Maybe. There we go. Non-subs. If you are not subbed to the channel, you can copy that message in chat for the raid. And if you are subbed, that last one right there is for you. I'm going to copy that myself and get it ready to go. Again, we're going to go say hello to Spectre RTI today, doing some wood carving, or I'm sorry, some wood burning. And I will see you guys over there. Let's get that queued up. All right. All set, Raiders. Get ready. Get your raid calls ready when we get over there. Throw those in the chat. Make some noise. Give a hearty hello if you like what you see. Drop a follow if not. Hey, no harm, no foul. It's always fun to meet other artists here on Twitch. Guys, thank you so much for a wonderful stream today. I hope your week has started off well. And I hope to see you back here tomorrow. Again, I'll be starting around noon, 1 Eastern time. We'll continue on with our painting. But you guys have a fantastic rest of your Monday. If I don't see you tomorrow, I hope you have a great Tuesday. And I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much. Have a great night. I'll see you over at Spectre's channel, guys. Later.